everyone. Today I'm sitting with the head of one of the newest, if not the newest business in the Mustang area. This is Kenneth Brantley. She's with the Brantley Home Team, which they are part of Supreme Lending. And you just had your ribbon cutting ceremony a few weeks ago, right?
We did. It was very, very exciting. Great turnout.
Yes. While Kenneth's been a resident of the Mustang area for quite a while, this new office is a new change for her. So Kenneth, let's talk business first. I know you have had several years in the lending industry, so let's talk a little bit about your background and what brought you to be a lender.
Okay, well that's the easy piece. I've been in the mortgage industry for going on 8 years now. I started at one of our major big banks where I learned so much, and then decided that it was time for me to make a move to have my own team. The reason why I got in the mortgage industry is to help everyone and anyone to purchase a home. There's a lot of different movements and different pieces of the mortgage transaction, and having the right lender that can help you from step one to the very end to the closing table is what myself and my team are all about. And so we just want to make a difference in the community and help people to buy homes.
Excellent. That's a good goal. So some people may not be aware that the very first step of the home buying process, even before you set foot in the first home, is to get pre-qualified. So what would you like for everyone to know about that process, and what is the difference between a pre-qualification and a pre-approval?
Okay, well in the beginning, a lot of it starts with myself and you and our teams. We want to make sure that we set the tone for the transaction. All of our clients are buying the biggest transaction of their life, and it's my job and my team's job to make this transaction go as smoothly as possible. The engagement and the experience is what we're all about. We will ask you for a series of questions of your personal information, so you want to make sure that you have your W-2s nearby, your tax returns, your pay stubs, know your social security number. We're going to ask and gather all of that information. We're going to go ahead and pull your credit so we can see what that looks like. And then if there are any obstacles or any challenges that we need to overcome, we have time to do that before you actually go under contract. The difference between a pre-qualification and a pre-approval is on a pre-qualification, it's just your local lender looking at all of your documentation and your credit scores with your income. And then we're giving you the good faith that this is going to close on time and effectively. A pre-approval is if we have a client that may have a few more challenges than others, and we have any hesitance that have any issues, we'll go ahead and send that up to our head of underwriting to get their credit, their income, all of their obligations qualified, so that way they come out with a credit qualification and they just have to worry about finding a property.
Okay, excellent. So once you get a pre-approval, then technically you just need an address and a contract, right?
Absolutely.
Excellent. Okay. So your team is new to the Mustang area, and so I wanted to kind of give the people kind of an idea of the kind of unique qualities that your team offers.
Well, I think our major positive items are we like to educate. We do a lot of follow-ups. We keep in contact with all of our buyers like clockwork every week. We want to make sure that they know that if they have any questions to call us, we'll be happy to answer them. If we don't know, we'll tell them, give us 10 minutes, let me call and figure out that answer for you. We are very much a part of the community, so we're out and about, to where if we saw somebody out, we're like, hey, how's the new house? Or if we saw you or different realtors that they know, hey, that's the Brantley Home Team, so that they can help us. It's just our passion. It's our passion to help clients buy homes. There's a lot of lenders out there, but what sets a lot of them apart is just their follow-up and their demeanor. And if they're going to just absolutely decline someone because they don't want to mess with it, or if they're actually going to work with that buyer to fix anything that they have to where they can eventually buy a home. That's our goal, is just to help everybody to get a home.
Good. This may kind of be from left field, but what would you consider one of your most memorable experiences as a lender?
Wow. I think that was probably going to be a recent transaction that we had. I was visiting with a realtor one evening, and she had mentioned that one of her contracts had busted. And I asked who had had that and or which lender, and she had told me, and I asked why. And she kind of gave me a little bit of information, and I asked if I could have called that listing realtor so that I could maybe get more information. So I reached out to that listing realtor and asked, hey, why did your contract bust? She kind of told me, and I asked, would you mind if I reach out or have your buyer call me? So the buyers met with me, I got their information, and we were actually able to salvage that deal and get them into the home, which it took 2 extra weeks for us to pull that off. And the buyers at closing were in tears because they had been denied or didn't get the communication that they wanted and deserved, and were able to come to us, and we were able to salvage that to where they could move into their home before school started. So it was just, I mean, that's what we do, and that's what we're all about, is just helping people and helping. Everybody has a dream of owning their own home, and
Right.
that's what we want to do, is help fulfill those dreams.
Right. And having been on the other side a few times, I know that with buyers, a lot of times when you feel like the contract is busted and you have a lender that's able to come in and save the day, that really speaks loudly of the number one, the type of nature that the lender has and the kind of heart that they have. So what's your greatest challenge as a lender?
There's a long list sometimes. I think our craziest is, we do have, every transaction's different and it's unique, and there's always, if we have appraisal challenges that we have to address. Probably the craziest is I had one that went under contract, and they went out to look at the property, do inspections, and the neighbor came out and started yelling and screaming and telling them that they had a fine, and they scared my clients off, so they were like, we don't want to buy this house anymore. So we have some neighbors that sometimes cause some scenes, but other than that, as far as our piece of it goes, it's pretty, the process works, and we just go with the flow and get it all done. And our buyers we educate them, and then they know what to do and what not to do, and it just gets to the closing table.
Excellent. So you are a Mustang resident?
I am, for almost 7 years now.
7 years, okay. What are some of the favorite things that you like to do in the area?
Well, we definitely enjoy the week of the 4th of July. We watch fireworks, we pop fireworks, we have friends over and pop fireworks. My kids go to school in the Mustang school, so we're involved in sports, and we like to go to the library, which my son doesn't, but my daughter and I do.
There's always that one.
Yes. As we're getting more involved in our community with Supreme Lending, then we're really getting involved in the community. We do Western Days, so we are going to, we always go to those and watch all the businesses come down on the floats, and so it's just a good time. Mustang's a small community. We're growing, but it still feels like a small community.
Right.
And you align yourself up with the right friends and colleagues in Mustang, that if something happens, you know that you can make phone calls and those people are going to come running, because we are still in a small community. We attend church here in Mustang, and so having those relationships as well just kind of makes it a full circle.
Yes, I agree. So what do you like to do for fun?
I work. I like to read. I read all kinds.
For a fact that she works late evenings. So.
I enjoy reading. We like to be outside. Like once it gets warm, we're outside all the time. We swim and we hunt. So hunting season's coming up. So we're getting excited to go deer hunting. I have to kill one this year, so I can.
So you actually hunt yourself?
I do. It was kind of a challenge between my son. He made a comment about boys and girls hunting, and I was like, I'm sorry, what? And so
I love this.
I looked at my husband and I said, okay, well, so now my daughter and I had went and bought all of our hunting stuff and a crossbow, and so we sit up in the blinds, and so this year I'm determined that I'm going to get one.
Gotcha. I understand.
See, hopefully I can get one that's a nice size.
We'll check back with you in a few months and see how that goes.
I sure hope so. I can hope that I have a picture of it and go, look what I got. So it's like a good family adventure, and it's just some bonding with my husband and my kids, and So
I get that.
we play a lot.
Well, I want to say thank you very much for spending a little time with me today.
You're very welcome.
And I feel certain you're going to do really well in the Mustang area.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone for joining in, and until next time, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.